Here's Johnny. What's up, folks? It's Johnny Mitchell. Welcome back to Here's Johnny podcast. Almost forgot the name of my own show for a second. Back from Mexico. Oh boy, does it feel good to be back. As promised, I know we talked about it on the last podcast. I smuggled back 5 kilos of pure uncut Sinaloan Mexican black tar heroin. So I have that. It's very good. Did I tell you I was going to do that?
You did.
Yeah. So we're back. I've turned the building where I live into a shooting gallery for junkies. And it's good. It's the way things are going in LA anyways, you know?
Yeah, it's like West Baltimore.
Yeah, precisely.
In the early 2000s.
So I'm back from Mexico. In other news, Ghislaine Maxwell sucked off George Clooney. But we'll get to that. A lot of things have gone down in Johnny's absence. But first of all, I want to say just like thank you. I heard people actually listening to the show, and I'm flattered, but it's what you should be doing. It's what you should be doing because, and I only say this with a sprinkle of hyperbole, this is one of the only good podcasts out there. No joke. It's one of the only podcasts you should be listening to, okay? I'm not going to fucking tell you how to live. I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not going to talk about my depression. I'm not going to give you a fucking cooking recipe, okay? I'm here to talk shit and make you laugh. There's really only a handful of podcasts that are worth shit, okay? It's at this level, wouldn't you say, Dan, this is the only good podcast for comedians at my level?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dan agrees. It doesn't matter. He produces for other people. They suck. You know, that's why I don't have guests here. It's because I'm the only guy I can get. I'm really one of the only guys I can get. You know what I mean? There's Tim Dillon, okay? There's The King and the Sting, which is decent. There's the Legion of Skanks, and then there's Joe Rogan, and I say that just because I know I'm supposed to, you know, but like, let's face it, it's a snooze fest, you know? Unless he invites me on there to promote my book, then we will be deleting this episode, okay? Look, we live in the end times of entertainment, okay? 80% of Comedy Central's lost their job. Not that they were doing anything to begin with. The most famous people in the world right now are TikTokers. Oh, by the way, that's a Chinese front page of the LA Times. I don't know if you saw that.
Done.
TikTok is a...
Sayonara.
They call literally the front page of the LA Times is TikTok is spyware for China. That's the front page of a newspaper that nobody reads. But yeah, so that's TikTok. If Trump gets rid of Twitter too, I'm voting for him. There, I fucking said it. You know, I know he won't, but
that's like his only way to communicate.
Precisely, I know that's the issue. But like, so they raided Jake Paul's house, the YouTuber, and I think frankly they should do that with all the YouTubers, and I think they should take them to jail. And I think they should be incarcerated for life. I really do, because government intervention is the only way to stop what you can't even call it art. I mean, there's almost nothing good. There's no good art anymore because the attention span and the level of acceptance of quality has been reduced to like, you know, a sliver, to where if something's not horrible, then it's passable. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is just ordinary bad. So anyways, so that's why you're listening to this show, because it's going to be a good show. And for people that have read my book, it's getting good feedback, baby. It's getting good feedback. I've heard great, good. My friend Tim, his mom read the book. She called it, quote, shocking and appalling. That's my favorite review.
That's a great review.
That's a fucking great review. I love people, right? Like you put a few cunt words in the book, and you talk about some graphic sexual stuff, and they're like, I am appalled.
I've never lived this.
So yeah, exactly. I talk about eating pussy on it's a lazy-eyed prostitute, and I'm eating her pussy, and it's kind of a graphic scene. So, but it's real. So anyway, so that's why you're listening to this, because Hollywood's finished. And I'm stepping into the mass, and I'm going to be talking big shit, okay? And we will be tagging Amy Schumer in future posts that we do about her. I just want you to know that. So,
can I just go back to something you said?
Yeah, go ahead.
About Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have like a nice evening, because I know you don't like him, just go home after this is over, put on Law and Order SVU episode 14 from season 16. And you can watch Jake Paul get shot in the head on a rooftop.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
A lot
incredible.
of people don't know that one exists.
So did he do that? Was he an actor before he became a YouTuber?
I think it was after the YouTube thing happened, and then he just got shot in the head in that episode. I think they wrote it into the script that they were going to shoot Jake Paul in the head on a rooftop. And
So he was already like a somebody by then.
I think so, yeah.
Wow. And he just did it. That's hard. That's actually gangster. Because everybody wants to be on that show. I want to be on that show.
Yeah.
That show is a fucking living testament to traditional legacy media.
Yeah.
That show's fucking amazing.
Oh, it's
dude.
the best.
Maz Jobrani's been on that show.
Yeah.
Fucking tons of LA comedians. Like when they were coming, I think Bobby Lee's been on that show.
Yeah. I mean, even the original Law and Order, you can go back.
Dude, I want to be a rapist on that show. That's my fucking goal, is to be the fucking lacrosse captain rapist.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. You can go watch that, I guess. But look, I whatever. It's Jake Paul's fault, but it's the consumer's fault. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I was in Mexico. It's so funny. It's so funny trying to explain cancel culture to Mexican people. Like I was with this girl. I was trying to tell her like, because I think we were watching YouTube, and I pulled up a clip of Louis C.K.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Wait a minute. So what?" I tried to explain to her what to cancel somebody means. I was like, "No, well he masturbated in front of these women." She goes, "But it was consensual." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's kind of it's a power dynamic thing, you know, like they felt, even though it was technically consensual orally, the power dynamic made it as such to where like I didn't even have the words in Spanish." She goes, "Oh, that's interesting. You know, in our country, you know, like my uncle was thrown from a bridge with a rope around his neck."
He was gutted.
Yeah, there was 12 beheadings in the town square. But that's interesting. That's a good. So if your country has cancel culture, your country's doing pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I would say.
Oh shit.
But no, we're not doing good. And that's why it'll be the end of cancel culture, because it's the end of the society, really, which I'm thrilled about. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I got the shits. I got major diarrhea. I got runs, which is, you know, Montezuma's revenge.
Yep.
It's so funny, like the Mexicans are like, haha, we gave those gringos diarrhea for just shitting on our civilization. Like, who do you think won, you know? Like, I'll take a little bit of diarrhea, okay? We took North America, you fuck. Yeah, so anyways, what I really want to talk about today was pedophilia. Nobody gives a fuck about pedophiles.
Oh, no.
Nobody cares about pedophiles.
If they're little boys, I feel like.
No. Little girls too. No. Nobody cares about pedophiles. This is the great paradox of our time.
Right.
Because we have never cared about children's safety more than now. George Carlin talked about it 30 years ago. He was like, we pay way too much attention to children in this society.
Yeah.
Who cares? Fuck the kids. But it turns out if you're actually fucking kids, you're fine. The president will shout you out. Can we bring that up? I think I sent you Donald Trump wished Ghislaine Maxwell the best. He wished her well. Did you see that?
It's no surprise. They've been friends for a long time.
Sure, but, you know, you think maybe you distant yourself. He was also friends with Hillary Clinton. And, you know, when it was come time to run for election, you know, he fucking turned on her, right?
Right.
He goes, yeah, no, I haven't paid much attention to the case, but, you know, I certainly wish her well. I mean, I'm telling you, what did this bitch do to get a pass? Okay? And it's not just the fucking right. It's these morons on the left, too. Like, I posted a picture on Instagram of Jeffrey and old William Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
And, you know, I posted it on my fucking Instagram story. I was like, you know, this is what friends are for, or something like that. You know, something funny, right?
Cute.
Yeah, cute. Oh, my God. It was a cute picture of fucking convicted rapist Jeffrey Epstein and former President Bill Clinton, thick as thieves. I posted it on my Instagram, and my friends, my fucking cuck Democratic friends, they fucking DM me and they go, "Yeah, I guess you want Trump to win." No, seriously, my stupid friend. I have fucking retard friends. He goes, "Yeah, it's not the time for that."
Yeah.
But it's always a good time to call out men that raped little children
And trafficked them across the world.
But you know what? I give up. I give up.
No, yeah, you can't win.
You know what? We have to decide as a culture. Is pedophilia okay? Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're listening, Ghislaine Maxwell, which I'm sure somehow in the Manhattan Correctional Facility you have access to an iPhone, and you certainly heard of this podcast. I get it. I hate kids too. Fuck I literally hate kids. Kids are little pieces of shit. There's too many of them. Fuck them, you know? But we have to decide as a society if this is going to be okay. Are we Pakistan? Should we just allow child brides?
Yeah.
Because nobody cares. No people could care less in the government about taking Ghislaine down. They had to take Jeff down finally.
Yeah.
After 30 years because it was just had too much media heat. You know what I mean?
Right.
But clearly, as long as Trump doesn't get elected, whatever Clinton did is fine.
More local example. You remember the great what is his name? You know, big fat guy, Jew, beard, Harvey Weinstein.
Sure.
You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of more of a local. Sure.
Raped a bunch of women.
Hey, rape globally. Think globally, rape locally. There we go. Yeah. I remember Harv.
Yeah.
Old Harv.
Yeah, remember when he went down, he raped a bunch of adult women.
Right. Not as...
Quid pro quo, as they say.
Sure.
Long article came out about him. Goes down.
I recall that.
You know,
I recall
lot of criminal cases being brought against him.
Yeah. Hundreds.
Different jurisdictions.
Right.
You ever heard of a guy named Brian Singer?
Right. Yeah.
You know how much has happened to that?
Yeah.
Fucking
dude.
Child raping.
Dude, he played with my booty hole, dude. He played with my booty hole. Well, no. But seriously, do you know why? So Brian Singer, for those lay people that aren't fucking hip enough to live in Los Angeles, Brian Singer's a famous director. What did he direct, Dan?
I mean, he directed a bunch of the X-Men movies. Very recently, he did that Queen movie with Rami Malek.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Movies don't matter anymore. But when movies mattered, he was big time.
Hot shot.
He was big time.
Everybody is.
He is.
Still directed an Oscar award-winning movie like in the last 2 years.
They're still giving him work.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. But here's the theory. Do you know why they're not? They theorize he's the bottom. So he's actually letting dudes bang him out. So when he brings new 17-year-olds just got to town, I'm from Iowa.
Yeah.
I'm a good-looking white kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? He brings them up to his house, his mansion in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
He has big fucking all boys parties. You know what I mean?
Right.
They surmise because he's now I don't know if this is true or not, but he is known to be a bottom.
Interesting.
So he's getting banged out. So I guess if you're getting banged out, that's interesting. Now we have some gray area.
Okay.
Caller, go ahead. Is this a lawyer? We need to get if you're a lawyer, call in right now. You know what I mean? So he's getting banged out. So is that less evil? I'd say yeah. I'd say yeah.
Maybe. But he was trafficking a lot of young boys too, and had an amazing circus of just mansions that he would parade these little boys around.
Yeah.
And that's 17, by the way, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, and how do you bang out a grown man when you're 12? It's like getting up on a stool, you know?
Right. Yeah.
You know, I imagine he's pretty tall. He's at least 6 foot. I didn't have my growth spurt till I was fucking 15, you know?
Right, yeah.
It's hard to bang out a fucking grown man when you're only 12.
A lot of hair to get through.
Well, what about, so we're just going to call it out right now. So Brian Callen, in the time I've been gone, our boy Brian Callen, well, not our boy, but our boy's boy, a friend of the show. He was getting raped by Brian Callen. He was getting molested by Brian Callen in exchange for stage time. Brian Callen was fucking him in the ass. Now you better not take that out. So, anyways,
quid pro quo.
Quid pro quo, Mr. Callen. So Mr. Brian Callen was he got the wind knocked out of his sails. I don't know if it's going to be permanent. They claim, it was from a 20-year-old rape. Oh, that sounds bad saying that. It was from a late 90s rape. Look, right. Different times, right? Those were such good times. That's why she didn't come forward, because the stock market was booming.
Yeah.
This is 1999.
Yeah.
This is the end of the Clinton era, dude. It's
right.
Good times.
Yeah.
What's happening in 99 with the culture? It's pre 9/11. Everybody's still listening to
There's still a lot of grunge being played.
Yeah, there's a lot of grunge being played, but it's also like a lot of white rappers are coming out. Not just Eminem. It was like
that was
I'm pretty fly for a white guy. It was like the height of that.
Offspring.
Yeah, it was the height of exactly, dude. Times were good. You could
the thong song I think was starting to get some play around then.
Is it really rape if the thong song is the worst part of the culture? That's the worst part of the culture. The thong song. I mean, things were different back then.
Right.
Things were different back. But anyways, so he and perhaps we don't have the TV here today, but Amy Schumer went on her Instagram. So Brian Callen is there's an LA Times article that came out. Yada yada yada. It was the same person that wrote the article about Crystalia. So yeah, it's not good. In the words of Tim Dillon, not good. The only one that really had any weight to it was the supposed rape. It looked like there was still some gray area there, but it was a rape from 1999. So he is no longer with us. But Amy Schumer goes on her Instagram and calls him out, like tags him and everything. She's like,
after the article came out.
This is 2 days later. Very convenient though. It's very convenient.
That's guts.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, ballsy. I mean, wow, you're really going out on a limb saying rape is bad. I mean, we're all with you.
2 days
and
after.
I mean, she's probably trying to pump the ratings for her already just monumental hit, Expecting Amy. By the way, shout out to Expecting Amy. I hope you went and watched it.
Have you finished it yet? By the way, I'm only 2 episodes in.
Oh, OMG! It's multiple episodes.
Yes, 3 episodes.
Yes. Yeah, I feel so. I'm like a guy who hasn't watched The Wire yet. Yeah. Like I'm just you meet a person that hasn't watched The Sopranos or The Wire, and you're like, I wish I was you. Oh, yeah. I wish I was you.
The only good part is like wanting to discover it again.
Oh,
you know. What I mean?
My God! I hope you went and watched Expecting Amy after our review of it last episode. Amy Schumer's a big fan of the show. I stand by my statement. She is a greater hero to the civil rights movement in America than Rosa Parks. Fuck Rosa Parks. Yeah. That bitch. She's fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy, fucking wanting to sit down on the... Shut up. You didn't make a fucking HBO documentary. You don't know the kind of hours. Do you know the kind of hours on an HBO set? That's 12-hour days, bitch.
I mean,
while she's pregnant.
You're logging hours on that private jet, you know.
Fucking lazy ass Rosa Parks. So that was what we said, and I stand by my contention today that Brian Callen was in fact fucking one of my friends in the ass. Now, so that happened, and so Amy Schumer comes out, and she trashes, she does her sanctimonious little post on Instagram about it, and she goes bye. She goes, see ya, Brian Callen. She tagged him. Now, at the same time this is going on, Jeff Ross, right? We all know Jeff Ross, Roastmaster Jeff Ross.
Oh, yeah.
He has credible accusations that he's not only that he had sex with an underage girl, 15-year-old girl, but that they were dating. There's physical hard evidence that years ago he was fucking and dating a 15-year-old. Nothing out of Amy Schumer's fat, pregnant mouth. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very typical that these fucking celebrities come out when it conveniences them. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I mean, whatever. So yeah, so that happened while I was gone in Mexico, dude. While I was bringing back 5 kilos of fucking Sinaloa and Bam Bam, dude.
Wow. So what does the front of your apartment complex look like now?
It looks, if you see New Jack City, it looks like the Carter Building after Nino Brown takes it over. You know what I mean? A little bit like that. And Chris Rock is leading the assembly line of women, half-naked women with their titties out, bagging up dime sacks of my pure uncut heroin.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah. So Ghislaine Maxwell sucked off George Clooney, dude.
I heard she was giddy as a schoolgirl.
Now, how does she have access to these people? Hey, George Clooney, he fucking suck you off, love. I mean, what? But if you look at Ghislaine, she looks like George's current wife, dude.
A little bit, yeah.
She
like his wife is a younger version of Ghislaine.
Yeah. I hate people calling it. It's Ghislaine. I don't know. But yeah, Ghislaine. I mean,
No, it's Ghislaine.
fucking
I just like saying Ghislaine.
yeah, George Clooney Ghislaine in the back of her fucking throat, dude. Ugh. George, fucking shoot it in me mouth. George. Yeah, so, and she was bragging about it too. Can you pull up that article?
Oh, I've got it, baby.
All right. What does the headline read?
Quote. Oh, okay.
What's the headline read? And then
Ghislaine
go ahead and read some of the
Maxwell.
quotables. Go ahead and read it.
Reportedly boasted about oral sex with George Clooney. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, Michael. I sucked off Michael Clayton. I don't know. Became a fucking Aussie right there. Sucked off Michael Clayton. I did.
also love that she has in this version of
I sucked off Michael Clayton.
the trashiest, the Cockney.
Yeah,
like she's stuck up a liquor store.
She's like
in
a
South
Rolling
London.
Stone. Yeah, fuck. He sucked him off, that skag. Yeah, he sucked off. He was Batman. He was the worst fucking Batman until he sucked him off. He sucked his cock.
So she was, quote, giddy as a schoolgirl, end quote, after performing oral sex on actor George Clooney in a bathroom at a show business event. What does that even mean?
Go on.
A show
Go on.
business event. So she's obviously now facing sex trafficking charges. She boasted about the conquest to one of her alleged victims, 14-year-old Virginia Jeffrey, as the women traveled together in the early 2000s.
That was like her selling technique. She was like, come to fuck Island. Nothing sketchy will go on there. Listen, I blew George Clooney in a bathroom. Look at what it did for me. Come, love. They always say love.
Oh, man.
I sucked off Ocean's 11 star George Clooney. I mean, it's like this bitch had to have. I mean, she was so dialed in. She was so locked in to high society, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and George Clooney is like a, purportedly, anyways, like a classy dude. He's not one to just get a suck from a fucking 4. Yeah. She's a London 4, and that's already coming from London,
right?
Where some of the ugliest women in the world. This bitch is not good looking.
I think she's pretty good looking. Well, like young Ghislaine was, I would say, a fairly attractive woman.
No.
I mean, she's like 65 now, so it's hard.
I mean, at 35, I wouldn't have gotten a suck from her. You know what I mean? She looks like, she's just kind of an ugly broad, But yet she fucking gets George Clooney into what kind of power is that? Like she must, you know what it was? She was probably like, George, I'll find your next film. George, I know you want to direct. I know, and Harvey Weinstein, he's a rapist. That Harvey's no good. He rapes adults. He rapes adults.
Now you sound like Michael Caine.
He rapes adults. Yes. He rapes adults. I go a step further. We get little girls. And you know what? It doesn't matter. You know why? Because my boss, he's protected by the CIA. He's protected by the CIA. Yes, he is. Yes, we got Bill Clinton too. Let me suck you off, George. Let me suck you off. Oh, we'll fucking... Yeah, so, I mean, it's fucking crazy to me. So anyways, but as long as Donald Trump doesn't get elected, what she did, that's tertiary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you asked the question, how does she have access to all these people? I think it's just because she's a Israeli spy, a great person. I think she just really had that vibrant spirit.
Dan, you said something before you said great person.
No,
you cheeky little devil.
No,
cheeky little devil.
I think she's an Israeli spy, great person. I mean, there's nothing more to say about it.
Yeah. She is. She really is like the Marilyn Monroe of our time. Who does she have a predecessor?
I mean, just her dad, really. Oh,
no, but I'm talking about in the culture, dude. I'm talking about.
No, she's an icon. I'm gonna get a poster of her. That's what I'm gonna do.
She's an icon, dude. She is a feminist icon. She paved the way for strong women. Yes. What woman before her could run a fucking international child sex trafficking ring? She blew the doors open for other women to fucking step in and fill the void.
And not to mention was, on the lam for 5 years.
Yeah.
The most sought after people in the world. Couldn't find her. 5 years.
in an industry dominated by men.
Oh, yeah.
The child sex trafficking, the international child sex trafficking industry has been dominated by fucking toxic men, dude.
Yeah. She's really breaking that glass ceiling.
Yeah, no, she's. I mean, she's again. Do we bring up a Rosa Parks comparison? I mean, is there even a comparison? I mean, Rosa Parks sat her lazy ass down on the bus. Ghislaine went out and created an empire and forged an empire.
Yeah.
Out of nothing but her hard work and billions of dollars from her father, who was an original Mossad agent. Okay, let's move on.
I don't want to touch that with
ladies. No, she's. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell is a pioneer, and that's going to be the name of this episode.
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell is a pioneer. So
Can I just read this quote from this article?
Yeah, of course.
Apparently, one time she came back as giddy as a schoolgirl with an explosion of news. With all the buildup and excitement in her voice, you'd think she was the next crown princess.
I've got a mouthful of George Clooney's cum. I've got a mouthful of George Clooney's jism. Yes, I do. And guess what? I snowballed with Brad Pitt. I shared it with Brad. Go ahead. What does it say?
I mean, it's just...
Your fucking feet are awful, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
They're really dirty. You look like Jesus.
I was working in the garden all day.
God, you're such a fucking hippie. I love it. Go ahead.
There's no mention of George Clooney being involved with underage sex, by the way.
No.
I just want to say that because I really do. I always have and I always will look up to George Clooney. I think he's an upstanding man.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's a little bit of a... I mean, fuck him, but yeah, I know he's a good dude. That's why it's so incredible that he would allow himself to get a suck from Ghislaine. You know what I mean?
Ghislaine Maxwell, the Israeli spy. Great person that she is.
Jeffrey, do you not believe what happened? My favorite actor, George Clooney, took a load in my mouth. Yeah, so yeah, that's really all that's in the news is the coronavirus, which, by the way, Mexicans could give a fuck about. Okay, Mexicans care even less about corona than we do.
Yeah,
I mean, it's half the people. I had women. I took some assignations with women while I was down there, and they would show up to my Airbnb, and I'd be like, "Well, you need a mask to get in," and they were like, "Oh, no, I don't have one," and I would look at the guy at the front counter, who I was fleecing, by the way. I give him 40 pesos a day. That's like $4.50. He's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." Like, there's signs everywhere that say you must have a mask to enter this building.
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." The Mexico, the tagline for Mexico, like what's America's tagline? America the free or something?
Yeah.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
Yeah.
Mexico should be laws. Just a suggestion. Laws, if you feel like it. Rules, whatever. Just because we gotta have them in order to be like part of the United Nations. I mean, what a fucking country.
Amazing. And by the way, their new cases have spiked in the last 24 hours. 4,376 and 292 new deaths.
How many homicides, dude, since I was down there about a week and a half ago? I bet almost 1,000 people have been murdered.
Yeah, I don't think they have a site that.
Well, you said it was about 100 murders a day.
Yeah,
and I was there about 14 days ago.
So yeah,
there's been 1,500 homicides in Mexico, and I was down there picking up dick pills because my priorities are in line. So we covered politics, but this is not just a political podcast. Like, we give advice here. We give advice, and I talk about my life. It's my life. I got to talk about it. So, Friday night we were supposed to do this podcast, and I told Dan, I was like, "Hey, I forgot I'm supposed to go out with this chick," and she's a beautiful girl. I mean, she's from Florida. She's got fake tits. She's got a fucking mermaid tattooed on her rib cage.
Wow.
Do you want me to repeat that for you?
Yes, please.
I mean, this chick fucks. That's what I'm trying to say. She's got a mermaid tattooed on her rib cage. She's hot, and she comes out of the bathroom and she's, it sounds like I'm bragging. I don't want to make this like, a sensual, kind of podcast, but she comes out of the bathroom, and she's dressed in like a silk bikini, whatever, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal. It's just a normal Friday night for John, whatever. And I did not have sex with her. I told her, look, it's time for me to go home. It's time for me to go home because your vagina smells like bacteria.
Uh-oh.
Your pussy smells like my balls.
Uh-oh.
But not that good. Smelly Vag. The name of this episode is either Smelly Vag or Ghislaine Maxwell, American Hero, or Ghislaine Maxwell's a pioneer.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't know what to do about it. It's like I have a phobia of two things. With females, I have a phobia of upper lip hair, and I have a phobia of smelly pussy. And this is not, hey, I worked all day. I was running.
Right.
I was sweating. That little musk. I don't mind a little fucking primitive smell on your taint. What I do mind is pussy that smells like a Chernobyl plant meltdown. Okay? This smells like an Indian halal cart outside of Chernobyl during the meltdown of the fucking chemical factory. So I went home and looked it up. I'm like, and this is 3 times now. This is 3 times that her pussy smelled this bad. You know what I mean?
Bacterial vaginosis.
So what I told her was, look, I'm not going to lie to you, hon. Your pussy has an odor. Your vagina has an odor. Your cunt smells. I'm sorry.
Did you keep saying it? Like, did you tag it like that?
Well, because she didn't seem to understand it. I was like, your beautiful, sweet vagina, it has a smell to it.
Excuse me?
Okay, your pussy doesn't smell great. And she continued to not get it. And I was like, all right, your fucking gash smells like a fucking horse manure. You motherfucker! You come to me with smelly pussy and you wonder why I can't get my dick hard, and I'm on half a Bluey. I'm on half a fucking Tijuana Viagra, and I still can't keep a piece, and I wield a stiff piece. It's because she has bacterial vaginosis. Say it again?
Bacterial vaginosis.
And it's like it's like it follows me around. It's almost like I'm manifesting it now. When a person's like really, really fearful of something, and that happens to them, they're fearful of getting mugged. They're fearful of getting their car broken into.
Right.
I am so scared now. This happened to us 2 years ago. So I hooked up with this chick 2 years ago, and I've had this before with women, and it stains my fingers, and it's really, really horrid.
It's like you touched a beet.
It's not even no. Like I like beets. Oh my God, I love a pussy that tastes like a beet. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying the color on your fingers. You said it stains your fingers.
No. The smell stains my fingers.
Yeah, beets are great. Oh, the smell.
Dude, I want a beet pussy.
I thought it was.
I want a cut that tastes like beet, dude. Are you shitting me? A nice, cool beet salad on a fucking hot summer's night?
Can it be crunchy like that too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, wait, these are herpes. Never mind. I thought you had beets coming out of your pussy, love. Turns out it's just a herpes outbreak. Ghislaine, George, where are you going? George, put it in me bum now. So, but in all seriousness, and I know we have female listeners, this is clearly a gynocentric, female-driven podcast.
It's well known, according to the CDC, that bacterial vaginosis is the most common vaginal condition for women between the ages of 15 and 44.
Yeah.
So you are not alone.
Okay, I'm not alone. And this is, and as I said, this is, I think mostly women listen to this podcast, wouldn't you say? This is,
of course.
Look, talk about Ghislaine. All we do is, we're dedicating this month, all the episodes, to female heroes. Ghislaine Maxwell, titan of industry, right?
Yeah.
Amy Schumer, obviously Me Too, hero, and just one of the greatest comedians ever. So this is I do these bits for you, ladies. So you have an overproduction of bacteria.
Yeah, just any certain type of bacteria. It's not it's not one type of bacteria that causes it. It's just like if you have like an overflow of that one kind of bacteria in your
Yeah. If I put a blue light to your pussy,
yeah.
It would look like I'm looking at the AIDS virus under a microscope. It's just shit just going wild. It's just little bacteria fucking. It just looks like a bunch of little Pac-Mans like running after each other in a petri dish. So the point is, it's like I went ahead. Most guys would lie. Most guys would get up and leave. Most guys, because I called a friend right after, and he was like, "Dude, you did what? You told her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because here's the thing." She was like, "Why don't you want to fuck? Why you wield a stiff piece? Why the piece not stiff? All these things." You know what I mean? And so I'm like, let me just up and tell you for you meet your future husband, you meet another great guy like me,
right?
Yeah, something like that. It's like
easily remedied thing too.
How though?
Well, I didn't read that far on the CDC website.
No, you didn't. So you're just you're giving these ladies false hope, dude.
No, but it's pretty easy to.
It's got to be a pill. It's got to be one pill, dude. Go ahead and look that up for us. In the meantime, so I went ahead and told her, I'm like, look, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do this. Oh God, Dan made a face like he found out he had AIDS in 1980. It's a death sentence. Ladies, if you got bacterial vaginosis, you're fucked. You just got stinky twat.
Yeah, apparently it's more easily spread than COVID-19. I'm reading on the CDC.
Oh, I love it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, but that would be an article. That would be an article in the news today in the Times. It was like, swear to God, the headline. It wasn't the New York Times, but it was some, whatever, dude. It was the headline read, COVID-19 is never going away.
Yeah.
It's like it's like yellow journalism. It's like 1920 again, and they're like, Mexicans are coming for your black men are coming for your white women. Like that's the COVID-19. You know what I mean? So anyways, I don't know. There's probably a pill to take or something, but that's,
There absolutely is. By the way, the face that I made was because the headline just says, "How can I avoid getting vaginal or bacterial vaginosis? Number one way to avoid it, not having sex."
Wow.
So
this, you're telling me this chick fucks? You're telling me this little slut is just getting fucking dug out? She's getting fucking dug out, dude, by the town.
Or she's over douching. That's number 10.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, that's right.
Douching. Too much douching can do it too.
Wow, that's the best way to avoid it, huh? Well, look, hey, I'm helping her out because I did not go ahead with sex. I went home and
she probably woke up in the morning with a pussy that just smelled like roses.
I went home and stuck my dick in a fucking glass full of hydrogen peroxide and with a little bit of lime in it. Yeah. So, yeah, dude, it's so funny. Like literally, I would have rather smelled the jockstrap of a hockey of the power forward for the Rangers hockey team after a playoff game. Like that's like nut smell it's just so easy to be a guy. You just go wash your balls. Why do your nuts stink? One reason, sweat.
Did not shower.
Sweat and there's shit on them. Yeah, I shit on my balls. There's two reasons. I either have sweat or shit on them. I shit on my balls.
How often does that happen to you?
Only once or twice a week. Yeah. Not that much, dude. Not that much.
It was happening to me a lot for a while, and then I managed to curb it.
Yeah. You feel like cold dookie fucking hit in the back of the balls. But if you're it's just hard, I know that's the cuckiest thing you'll ever hear me say on this podcast. It's hard being a woman. Does that just make up for the whole Ghislaine Maxwell as a hero, titan of industry? I think it does.
What do you mean makes up for it? I think it adds to.
You're right because it's a positive thing.
Yeah.
What she's doing is showing that you can do it too.
Right. You
too can fucking run an international child sex trafficking ring.
Yeah.
And be pardoned in the court of public opinion by both political parties in America.
Absolutely.
Democrats completely silent. Trump said, "You know what? I wish her well."
And you can have a male puppet the entire time that you're running this thing. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely. Dude, she was the fucking daddy.
Yeah.
That's pimp shit.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein wasn't the fucking head motherfucker in charge.
Yeah.
Almost said the N-word. That's just a phrase, HNIC. Anyways. No, hell no. He was the fall guy. That's pimp shit, dude.
Yeah.
And she has names. She has all the fucking evidence in her back pocket.
People were
dude.
wondering, like, why is no any more stuff coming out? Because they didn't catch the head.
That's right.
I'm not doing it.
Head nigga in charge. I'm the HNIC. I'm the head nigga in charge. George, I'm the head nigga in charge.
Dude, she shot a judge.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about that? The judge presiding over her case got shot by a FedEx worker.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That I'm not sure about that. It looked like look, I don't know. They could have been inventing the backstory about how he was a he was like a men's rights guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then she was I don't know. That's the easy conclusion to make though.
Right.
Is that he was paid by her to go take this judge out. I don't really believe in that. If you look at the judges that get killed, it's usually in countries like Colombia. Mm-hmm. It's a systematic thing. Like in America, killing one judge, fine, we'll just pass it along to the other judge. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I think that was weird when that happened. It was wild.
Coinky dink.
Right. But she didn't get killed. It was her kid.
Yeah. It
was her fucking kid, which, if he had been sex trafficked, what are you looking at? Yeah, but the point is, it's like if you're sex trafficking in 2020 and you're a straight white male, you're on notice. You're on notice, okay? You're on notice. We need more diversity in sex trafficking.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the name of the episode. We need more diversity in sex trafficking. Ghislaine Maxwell, lesbian, Brit, Jew. Can you name another Jewish sex trafficker? Just comes to mind?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, okay, but Jewish, you fuck. Yeah, Jewish female dyke sex trafficker. This chick, she's basically like she's like that tennis player, fucking Kris Jenner, dude. No, Kris Joyner, I don't know.
No idea who you're
I'm falling off. I don't care. We killed it for the first 45, so I can skate for these next about 7.5 minutes. Folks, go buy my book, Days of the Trap. It is shocking and appalling, according to my friend's mother. But no, it's overall, it's getting fucking great reviews. We're moving units. People coming out of the woodwork telling me how much they love it, blah, blah, blah. Not a big deal. I read a chapter of it on the last episode. I'm not going to do that today. You can go buy it, you cheap fucks. It's $12.99 and it's like $5.99 for the Kindle version. And then go download this podcast, go subscribe to it, go leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. Go do that. Yeah, what else? I think that's it, man.
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to know a few different non-gendered ways to greet a group of people in the office place?
Oh yeah, we really got to get organized so we can just weave that in organically. So the Huffington Post, this is brilliant journalism. This is the kind of stuff that we need to be focusing on, as a quarter of the country faces homelessness, COVID-19 deaths are nearing 200,000, and the cities are in complete complete ruin. Huffington Post is stepping in and highlighting the important issues. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey guys, it's the greeting that has launched 1,000 Zoom meetings. Etymologists trace the term guys to the historical figure Guy Fawkes.
So basically they have a problem with what do you call it? They have a problem with the pronoun guys.
Yeah.
You know when you just greet people
guys.
and you say guys?
Hey guys. No. They made a whole list. You want to hear them?
Yeah.
It's this woman, Kim Reese. Alternatives to hey guys, hey team, hey crew, hey all, Hey, folks. Hey, people. Hey, peeps. I think that's exclusively when you're addressing black people. Hey, y'all. Hey, everyone. Hey, pals. And hey, friends. To round it out.
In the time that it takes to read a woke Huffington Post article, 5 people in Mexico have been beheaded. It's somebody just got thrown off a fucking roof in Sinaloa right now. Can you imagine walking up? Can you imagine buying, having a meeting with the Sinaloa cartel about a major coke shipment from Colombia? And you're like, hey guys, I really want to talk about security. I know we're bringing in about 1,000 keys. It's coming in from Barranquilla. I want to talk about security. And they're like, you need to talk to HR. You need to talk to HR, okay? Because guys is toxic. Guys is toxic. Yeah, we just dragged an informer's wife behind the back of a pickup truck, and yeah, now she has about half a body. So we really need to do better. Ghislaine Maxwell, pioneer, breaking barriers. Goodbye, folks.